And this brings us to our next phase, export validation. And I'm going to include the phase after that, phase export. These are very small, pretty simple, pretty straightforward. So we're going to make sure that we're in object mode, select our rig. We're going to check export readiness, run step button, and we have some warnings. 42 hidden bones. You have to go back here, go into edit mode, do Alt H to bring back all those bones we hid. Come back, run step, passed. Mark step complete, span next step. Now this one is a bit more involved, but it's not hard. This one, I just mesh select. This one we'll have to select a mesh and run this. So I have selected the body. If I come to the body, go to our modifiers, little wrench icon, we have all these different modifiers. We're trying to export this model. This entire phase is export validation. Some things are just not compatible with being exported or they create complications. For instance, collision. Collision is here, and there's no easy way of getting rid of this from this screen. And we can see that that's one of the issues. So we can go down to the physics right here. We see collision. There's a little X right there. For collision, that will get rid of it. Now we have other issues. Technically, I think if we highlight everything, run step, it'll show everything with all the different meshes. But you can select an individual one and see what's wrong with that one. Solidify. Solidify is a way to kind of inflate a mesh and give it some volume. We don't typically need this. We're going to just remove that. And that will show that that warning has gone away. Bevel is not classified. That means I have not handled this. I recommend just taking whatever is here and applying it. And just like that, that will be fine. Now we'll come back to the subdivision. Subdivision will throw a warning in a later step, but we're just going to go ahead and run this and find all the different issues and just correct them. So Widowmaker arm gear. Is this the arm gear? Arm gear. Bevel. We're just going to apply that. Hand. That one I know had collision. Come down to physics. Remove that one. Let's see what else there is. Run step. Hair. Physics deform. Click on hair. Physics deform. Get rid of that. Face. Boots maybe. Yep, boots have got a bevel. Come here. Apply that. Highlight everything. What remains? Visor. Apply bevel. And if you don't want bevel, you can get rid of it, but I recommend applying it, especially if it comes before a subdivision surface. It might change the way the mesh looks. So when in doubt, just apply it. Ponytail clip. Apply. Ponytail physics deform. You can get rid of that. Pauldron. Bevel. Apply. All right. This was overall for blend shapes to make sure that blend shapes can be properly exported. I have it to where when you apply these different modifiers, the blend shapes will be processed and restored. But this is just an in-between step to make sure things are safe and sanitized for the automated processes that go on between the different manual steps. So this step is now complete. Mark it complete. Span next step. This is where I was mentioning about the subdivision. And this is really more of a user preference. If we come here and zoom in, a lot of these have good detail. but maybe you find that something doesn't have enough detail. Maybe something looks really polygonal. Like let's just say this hair. This hair, you can kind of see the edges. And if you wanted to, you could bump up that subdivision. And now it's a bit more rounded. When something is set to a subdivision of 0, that basically is saying, don't do anything with this, disable it. And that's what a lot of these warnings are about, subdivision. It's letting you know that, hey, there's subdivision on this. You may want to look at it. We know that maybe with the hair, that's fine. We don't need an extra one. And so we can just get rid of that one. And now we have less errors. Let's just say the face looks good enough. We don't need a subdivision. Go through and start removing some subdivisions. Maybe you might choose that on the body, you might want subdivision. If you do, you just put that to 1. And it will just handle it. We have 13. A lot of these are on eyeshadow, pauldrons, ponytail clips, all these different items up here. And you might be faster just to go in and find the actual different model elements and just come here and look at them. Yep, doesn't need it. X. Body, fine. Boots, subdivision. It has a red little thing right there. That means it has only 0, meaning nothing's happening. That's those are the ones that you want to remove if they're red because they're at 0. So that looks fine. Removed. Eyebrows. Looks fine. Remove. Eyebrow shadow. Probably fine. Eyelashes. Probably fine. Eyes. Probably fine. Eyeshadow. Probably fine. Eyeshadow corner. Fine. Gloves. Yeah, don't see any real edges. Fine. Hair. Pauldrons. Looks fine. Teeth. I would say good enough. Tongue. Yeah, it's got some edges, but let's just say we wanted to bump that one up. Visor. All right, so I think we've got everything now. So if we were to highlight everything, run step, everything is complete, and we can mark this step as complete, expand next step, and this is where we get into our final. I definitely recommend saving at this point so that way you don't have to constantly come back and redo all this stuff. Save it as a new, fresh file. Explicitly mention in the file name that it's at the end of this entire process. So all we have to do now is run this step. And just like that, we don't have any options to worry about. I'm going to call this one SmutLabs complete and export it. And what's going to happen is on our desktop in our folder, we'll have an FBX file. And there it is. That is our FBX file.